Alberta introduces auto insurance overhaul limiting lawsuits to convicted at-fault drivers. The government of Alberta has introduced new legislation that could significantly change the province's auto insurance system. The proposed changes are aimed at creating a care-first model that would limit the ability of individuals to file lawsuits after a traffic accident. This move would focus on ensuring that people who are injured in car accidents receive necessary medical care and support, regardless of who is at fault. On Monday, Alberta's Finance Minister Nate Horner presented Bill 47, titled the Automobile Insurance Act. The bill, if passed, would make Alberta the first province in Canada to adopt this privately delivered care-first auto insurance system. Under the new system, individuals involved in traffic accidents would have limited ability to take legal action against the other party except in specific circumstances. Minister Horner emphasized that the goal is to ensure that those injured in traffic accidents have access to rehabilitation, medical care, income support, and permanent impairment benefits, regardless of who caused the accident. It's important to note that fault still matters, Horner added, indicating that at-fault drivers would still face penalties under the new model. If the bill is passed, these changes would apply to accidents occurring in or after January 2027. At-fault drivers would face higher premiums as a penalty under the new system. In some cases, individuals who are injured in accidents caused by at-fault drivers would still have the right to sue for damages related to pain and suffering. However, this would only apply if the at-fault driver was convicted under the Criminal Code or the Traffic Safety Act. For example, if an individual is injured in an accident caused by a driver who is convicted of a criminal offense related to the crash, the injured party could potentially sue for damages. Additionally, if individuals are forced to pay out of pocket for expenses that exceed their policy's benefits, they would have the right to sue the at-fault driver for those additional costs. Horner explained that the primary reason for this overhaul is to curb the increasing costs associated with lawsuits. Reports indicate that there was a 48% increase in collision-related lawsuits between 2018 and 2022. Horner stated that these rising lawsuit rates have contributed to higher auto insurance premiums across the province. He added, "This legislation will help reduce costs while ensuring that those who are injured in accidents receive the care they need." The proposed changes also include a provision to prevent perpetrators of serious accidents from receiving full benefits under the new system. Officials explained that in cases where an individual willfully causes an accident resulting in injury or death, and they are convicted under the Criminal Code or Traffic Safety Act, they may not be entitled to the full range of benefits. For instance, in the case where a stolen vehicle is involved in a collision and the perpetrator is convicted, they would not be eligible for full benefits under the Care First model. Horner mentioned that the specific details of these provisions are still being discussed. The Alberta government is looking to the Manitoba system as a model for the new Care First insurance approach. Minister Horner pointed out that Manitoba has the highest level of benefits in the country, and Alberta intends to adopt a similar structure while increasing benefits to match Alberta's higher average salaries and wages. "We are taking Manitoba's benefits and increasing them to reflect Alberta's wage structure," Horner said. For instance, Manitoba's income support benefits are capped at $115,000, but Alberta plans to raise that limit to $120,000, reflecting the higher cost of living in the province. Under this new legislation, all individuals injured in auto accidents, including those at fault, cyclists, and pedestrians, would be entitled to medical and rehabilitation benefits. These benefits would cover a wide range of services, including medical care, rehabilitation, and daily living assistance to help individuals recover and regain independence. If the bill is passed, Alberta will also establish the Alberta Automobile Care First Tribunal, where Albertans can appeal decisions made by their insurance providers. The tribunal will offer a formal process for those who disagree with an insurer's decision regarding their coverage or benefits. Horner said that while the specifics of the appeal process are still being worked out, the goal is to ensure that decisions are made in a timely manner. In response to the legislation, Alberta NDP leader Naheed Nenshi voiced concerns about the fairness and effectiveness of the new system. Nenshi criticized the government's claim that the changes would provide better benefits to Albertans. He pointed out that insurance premiums have already risen by 7.5% in January and are set to increase by another 7.5% in 2026. Nenshi argued, while everyone involved in an accident would benefit from quick and effective medical treatment under the Care First system, the reality is that this will not happen under these new rules. He continued, this change will primarily increase profits for insurance companies while reducing people's rights and freedoms. Nenshi's criticism highlights concerns that the government's new system may benefit insurers more than individuals who have been injured in accidents. Overall, the proposed overhaul is being viewed as an attempt to balance the rising costs of auto insurance while still ensuring that individuals involved in accidents receive appropriate care. However, opponents argue that limiting lawsuits and reducing individuals' legal rights may lead to reduced accountability for at-fault drivers. As the debate continues, Albertans will be watching closely to see how the new system could impact both their legal rights and the overall cost of insurance in the province.